for this day. Thank you for everyone here today. Please, Lord, be with all the people that's sick, that's got the flu, heal them. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You probably.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the January 21st, no, approved minutes. I'd like to welcome everybody to the February the 4th. This year's already getting about fast. I can't even keep up. Winfield City Council meeting. First item on the agenda is approved minutes from the January 21st, 2020 council meeting. I think this time nobody got any questions how they wrote. Don't agree with it. If you do agree with it, I need to ask for the motion.
Second.
All in favor? The next item on the agenda is the 2020 Tree City Proclamation. If y'all familiar, we do this every year. We represents the Arbor Day, which is going to be, they always have a tree giveaway down here once a year from the Tree City Arbor Day Foundation. It's going to be on February the 19th. I need to ask the city council if they would to, my recommendation was pass this proclamation for Arbor Day, celebrate Arbor Day. All in favor?
Mayor, can we get a picture that we can send in with the Tree City application?
While you're signing.
Signing that.
That's okay, you got some pictures, sign them both. Well, here's one. We'll keep that one.
Yeah, y'all take the picture.
Do you want to come up here and make that? We'll move over. I guess the council can be in it.
It ain't gonna help.
Where are we supposed to go?
I've got some trees. Last 2 and 3 too.
No, go ahead.
My best to get out of the picture. Something being cut.
Might that be a,
You need to sit down.
this chair, y'all, you'll be set back down.
Keys.
Cheese. Which camera counts?
All of them.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you.
Plant a tree.
Next item on the agenda is the Warren Ballard incentive agreement. I need to ask the council if they will let me set a public hearing for the date to be on, needs to be on February the 18th, whatever time y'all think that, 5 or 4:35, public hearing on the incentive agreement that I'm looking at, working with Ballard Builders, Warren Ballard, about a future project, and I'd like to set a public hearing for that. If you're okay with what time, prior to that next council meeting. If I would do it the same day as the council meeting.
30 minutes, I'll be gone that week, so 30 minutes on the week.
And at 5 o'clock, set it to 5 o'clock on the 18th. I need to ask for a motion to do that, I guess. Jimmy, second. All in favor? 5 o'clock on the 18th. Next item on the agenda is traffic sign. What you got on this traffic Oh, yes, I got it. Brett, I had spoke to Brett just a little bit about it. Which I've got, let's see if I can pull it up right here. I've got, where I've been doing a little bit of research on this. You know, we get a lot of complaints about, traffic speed in different areas. Going through a lot of cut through, what I call cut through roads, which y'all have a problem over there. I know Anthony does over there in Tim. You see that traffic cutting through over there to go by Walmart. Jimmy Macy, I'm actually turning to go down to get down to Port Dollar General. We got problems there in County Road 4 and them on Red Oak Drive. There's problems on Red Oak Drive and County Road 4. And of course on Freedom Street, when the trains, we got different areas, and we've got traffic that goes back down toward King Cutter. I'd like to see I've been doing some research on these. You've seen them before where it tells you mile per hour. It tells you what your mile per hour is. I was trying to, I've got it on one, I've got so many open.
Mayor,
Yeah.
I think Chief Burleson has a, kind of what you're looking for, I think, this right here.
Yeah.
He's got some.
Oh, you got it already, okay. I was gonna pass mine around, but you got this, that's good. Well, what it is I think those are pretty economical, and they are solar powered. It can be solar powered, but the one thing that I have started researching on, and I believe that it will do it, which Brett may have, I'm gonna check with him to see if he's done more research than I have. But I believe it'll do a traffic count.
It would.
And I think that's gonna be more important to me more than, instead of having to have somebody come out and do a traffic count, I think it can give me a legit traffic count when I start trying to get funding for something in a particular area. If I've got they say, well, you gotta do a traffic, well, I got it. I got a traffic count, and I think that'd be legit. I'd like to see if the council okay me to take when we move from one place to another place. I'd like to see if we couldn't maybe buy one of these. We wouldn't necessarily have to buy more than one right now, to just kind of see how the sign, how it would work, and see if it works on a traffic count like we want to, and see what it might do for us, controlling the speed in that particular area at that particular time. Brett, have you got any input or anything you want to say on?
There's actually 3 signs. This was something I started looking into about a year ago. And this is the mid-level sign. It's a standard size of a regular speed limit sign. And if you go to these bigger places like Gulf Shores, Birmingham has started using them. It's basically like having a traffic enforcement officer without the enforcement. What it does is, although it's blinking there and showing your speed, if you'll watch on these signs, they've got a light that comes on. You'll see a blue or a red light. When you're over the speed limit, it starts recording. And the amount of data that is on that is pretty impressive. It records, if you go on a battery pack for 2 weeks, if it's solar powered, you can have it continuous and just go up and download the information. But not only does it give a car count of what's on the road, it gives when the traffic's coming through, how fast each car is running, the ones that's over, the ones that's under, and the ones that's running the speed limit. It gives graphs and percentages to show at what time of day, peak times of travel, and basically what you do, you put a car out there on these roads, and the first one sees the car. When they go through, they're going to start flashing lights, and you're not going to get an accurate look at the cars that you got or what their speeds are. They're not ever going to get that second thought. And once it gets that information and we get it, we can know when the peak times are that we need to set somebody there, and would have a better chance at actually changing the behavior as opposed to just stopping it for that day.
I hadn't got it with me, but the pricing, I've done some pricing on it. Have you done any pricing on it?
When I checked in, it's $2,500 per sign for this sign.
Does it do it both ways or just one way?
You can get it to where it will do it on 4 lanes of traffic. It just depends on what you want to get it. So I don't think the 600 will do it. I think it's the 1,000.
You're saying like on the 2 lanes, it gives traffic going
Yes,
both ways?
yes, from my understanding, that's correct.
You remember what that last traffic count was we had to do, what we had to pay for it over here? I think we pay for itself.
And this thing is, I don't know if the mayor said it, if you did, I apologize, but it's mobile. And that's what I like about this sign, is you can put it on a standard pole where you've already got a standard speed limit sign, just put it down below, and it comes with it's all inclusive. It's
Lock where you lock it.
It's got a lock on it where you can lock it up, but it's also got a piece of shroud that's over the front and the back. If somebody wants to throw a beer bottle into it, because that was my concern.
That's about to quit.
They've made it to where it's got a shielding over the front of it that they can throw it all day long and bust it. It ain't gonna make no difference. They made it just for that, but you can take this thing up, take it off the sign, and you can put it where another sign is at, or mount you a post if you don't like, say it's further up or further back from where the sign actually is. You can put you a post in the ground and actually put that sign up and have you a speed sign there. But it's also giving you accurate readings on what's going on. Initially, when we talked, I said that I'd like to have 2, but I think if we got one and kind of see how it works, it may be a situation we want to go bigger, especially if we want to check the 4 lane. But a bunch of the bigger places are going to these because they don't have to allocate officer hours to just sit there. They can have them patrolling and actually have these that are monitoring peak times. Plus, it gives you a car count to see what you got on the road.
Everybody knows if they go through Tuscaloosa, different places, and cameras catch if you run that red light up in different places. But before long, maybe where those things there kind of get people's attention. They may be, there's still people assuming that we're camera in here when we go on the red light with the sensors that we got on top. Anything to try to get people's attention. A lot of times people, I've been guilty before, especially on the interstate, where it's like the all of one, look down and realize I'm running a little bit more than I should, and you see the sign, it gets you, it makes you aware that you need to.
Well, the salesman that I spoke with on this particular sign, he sent me a jump drive. I actually met with him at the Chiefs Conference, and he sent me a jump drive. And anybody that wants to stop by, it's 48 pages, and it's broke down into different, it tells what it can do, what you can add on to get it to do. You know, these start at very small signs all the way up to the tow behinds that you can put on a truck and move to wherever you want to put it, if you want to put it in a construction site or whatever. So these guys have been at this for a long time, but they're they've perfected it, or getting to a place of perfection with these signs.
I mean, which I didn't send it to you about the other day, but they make them where if you see it, it'll read, slow down, plus the speed limit, whatever. I think it's Bingham, that's who's doing a lot of this cable work through here, but a cone at that hospital coming this way, over the crest coming this way, a cone 100 foot behind that truck's not good enough.
Oh, you're exactly right.
And they was there twice this week. I mean, up in the air in that bucket, I mean, if they've seen what we've seen on the interstate, people don't pay attention. I mean, they'll run all up over the back end of that truck in just a second. You know, I feel like they need to come in here and let's close that lane. I mean, I understand it's a 4-lane, and the 4-lane's used to move traffic faster, but when somebody's sitting inside the road with a bucket truck, they need to have flashing lights, they need to have something on top of the crest instead of over in it where they're at. That was this past week up here. I think we might could, you know, when we got something going on in different areas like that, we might could, you know, it might help in those areas too.
You know, I wound up putting 2 units over there at O'Reilly when they poured that concrete toward the road, because I nearly got run over. And then 2, the sun is right in their eyes.
This time of year is bad.
When they're coming through there in the morning, but I wanted to make sure they had a bigger target, so I put 2 of them.
But the state law says, whatever, if it's 35 mile an hour speed limit, then you're supposed to put every cone's gotta be 35 feet apart, but you're supposed to have, like, I can't remember exactly, but 1,500 foot sign, and 1,000 foot sign, and 500, but I know about that.
Well, ST Bond do it, I mean, they know to do it when they're blocking or got a flag or whatever, but these contractors, these subcontractors, I mean, I know it's aggravating to put that sign out and have to get it back up, and you're gonna be there for 20, 30 minutes. But he was there alone, I mean, I come through 2 or 3 times, and he was there.
They had 3 cones.
That's nearly on top of each other.
They had 3 cones going straight across the road, right there by Jack's. I was about 3 cars behind me. This older lady, she never checked up, and she took the middle cone with her. I went up under her car, she never did any check.
I'm looking at something, I'm looking along something that line that I'm doing for the 1033 road. That middle road. I've already got our name, all we gotta do is pay it.
It says that's optional. You gotta make sure you get it.
Yeah.
It's an optional software thing that comes with it. If that's what you want for
Count
that. That Street Smart is optional.
I think each one of those,
Traffic
each
data
one of those
recording software
options.
report.
Brett, it may have done, like I said, to be honest with you, he been working on this, and I've been working on it. I didn't realize he's working on it, probably didn't realize I was working on it until it come up. I hadn't said nothing to Brett about it, and I'm surprised he had all this, but I hadn't.
It was what, Chris, right at a year ago that I saw it at the Chiefs.
I've looked at it 3 or 4 times, which I get stuff sent to me here at City Hall on different things, and I feel like that speed breaker we put on Tahoe Road, that speed breaker has slowed traffic down more than anything we've done.
Yeah.
But there again, it runs hard till it gets to that speed breaker, coming this way. But I'd like to see the council, if they would, to let us purchase one of these to try to see if we can use it.
You asked for a motion. If you asked for
Yeah, I'll have a motion.
I'll make
Second. All in favor? All right, do a little research on it, Brett. What you need?
Randy, we need that car count up there, so we can get this, redo the car count, since O'Reilly's and Watuco's going up there, we can redo that again, Ken.
Redo what?
Where we check the red light, up there by the big state
It's
light.
gonna cost you again, now you
No,
might
but I'm
do it.
talking about if we get this.
You're gonna need a different sign. If you do it, you're gonna need a bigger sign.
Yeah.
If you do a 4-lane. Won't be a problem, I just gotta get a different price.
But
price them all.
Chris,
Price the
correct me if I'm
level. Price the
wrong,
level.
Chris,
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
Chris
price the
may
level.
know, but I think that we were told, and I'm not, no hold me to it, but I think we're told that if anything went west of that Peter Grill and increased because of the traffic that would be coming in and out of another business there, that it would definitely come closer to wanting for a light than anything else. If there's another development on that side, I'm almost positive. I don't, we still got problems down there for the McDonald's and Food Land. I mean, I had 2 complaints this week. I said, it's because of how everything failed by getting okayed and authorized by the state back then and whatever when those roads when they come through here, but they wouldn't allow that now. They wouldn't allow entrances to be that close to a major intersection like that. I mean, they just, the state wouldn't do it. I mean, now, like it's even with the interstate, we're fighting and trying to get onto different property there. It's supposed to be 1,300 to 1,500 feet from a home round back, and that, when it's 20 feet from where another major intersection is, they wouldn't allow that.
Well, if we had a red light, at least it's slow down.
I think as long as that traffic keeps increasing, a lot of times we won't have to do it. If they start being a lot of different action and different things happening, the state will pick it up and they'll come in and say, you got to put a red light there.
Well, they've added on, I don't know if you have told them or not, but they've added on, we've got that NASO grant. Y'all heard us talk about that. It's overtime hours that we work that is paid by the state. The city pays us and then it's reimbursed through the state. But because we've got some, what they call high crash areas on the main highway, which is 118, they allotted, not everybody gets that. But because we've got those areas, they've allotted us so much money throughout the year that we can work, not just, you get the most folks know about this click it or ticket or the DUI campaigns that they do. Well, this is throughout the year, and so I've got guys coming in. They get allotted so many hours to work, and like he's talking about this, or the mayor's talking about, it's bad, but when you get more crashes in the site, the state starts sending out money for that to try to. They want tickets to try to slow folks down and and it's because you gotta be within like 2 miles of that intersection, and if you work anything else, that they'll pay for it. So that's just one thing that they try to do, to try to get it to.
I believe they'll be keeping a close eye on it. We've got 2 lots. We got a lot on each side of the heated roof. And I think if another business goes in either one of them, I think they're gonna have to look at it real hard.
When you go down through Payne, it's red light at every intersection, and there's 3 times more traffic.
I think it's kind of funny that they changed that intersection at the college when the state started parking their vehicles up there.
Yeah. Yeah. And
All that goes down to 1 lane, and Alabama Power probably had something to do with it too. They were
We did.
Yeah,
Been here 30 years and we
State
didn't
keep
get
waiting, when they come out, that light changes. It's more red going north and south now than it's ever been.
So their fault.
So you can- I got it.
They got to turn it
You won't get
on.
a quote, you won't get the quote different levels, you know, we may want to.
Yeah, I'll get that one.
All right, the next item on the agenda is old business. Has anybody got any old business? Rusty? Chris, Anthony?
It's not old business, but could I say something about a plea?
Can you say what?
Mention a plea, kind of. A plea like.
I don't have it on the agenda. How long is it going? What is it? I mean, how
Just a
long?
second, I mean, I just had someone, I got some puppies the other day off of somebody that has just recently moved here, and they were actually trying to sell the puppies for $20 a piece to get food. And so I thought they wanted dog food, so I gave them, well, they need food for themselves.
Where is this?
They live here, they live in Mill Village, I guess that's what it's called.
They don't have a job and they need food for themselves?
Yeah, so anyway, I didn't get into it with them out here when I picked the dogs up. I didn't buy the dogs, but I just took them. So I got a message from her today, and I don't know them. She's from Florida, and they moved here. Her mother died, left her money. They bought that house in Mill Village. It's turned out to be a disaster. Anyway, they don't have any money.
So
And
you want it to be known that there's somebody down there needs some help?
Yeah, what I was hoping, I mean, I don't meet with people, so I was just hoping maybe if anybody, they've applied for the EBT card, they've sent that in, but she messaged me today and said she needed food, and I said, well, I gave y'all that, and she said, no, we're really hungry.
Which house?
Which house? I don't know, I don't go down there. She met me out here. And, anyway,
I'll get Brett to check on it. And I'll see.
no, I don't want anybody going to them. I don't want to embarrass them. What I was wondering is, anybody here wanting to give $1, whatever,
Yeah. I mean,
then-
you know, but before I give to anybody or anything, me myself, I won't talk to them.
I will, okay.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
fine.
The city can't do it anyway.
No, I wasn't asking the
Yeah, I
city.
know
I
that.
was asking from just a heart.
I think if by you mentioning there who you're around, I think anybody will try to help them.
Well, me too, but I'm not gonna say
If
who
you
they
make me
are.
aware of it, I'll check into it. No, I mean, that's just how it is, you know.
No, that's fine. I'm not gonna
I
embarrass
hate to
them.
say it, I got a guy working. I'm gonna tell you, since you brought that up, it's kind of old business, but Brett knows how I am, which we deal with it, me and Todd deals with it in court, since Todd's prosecutor now, Brett's the officer that brings them. I'm gonna tell you, when you have people that's down on their luck, and when I say down on their luck, they get bottom, they went through a spell with whatever, whether it be dope or whatever it is. They don't have a job, they don't have no license, it's more of that here, and they come to court because they've got a ticket for no license or no tag or whatever, and they come to court, well, they ain't got no money to start with. And then the way the law reads, we have to take them to go through the court process, and then we send them to jail, and then the city pays $15 a day, 25 a day. We pay $25 a day. They're not gonna have no money when they get out. They're not gonna have no job when they get out. They're not gonna have no license when they get out. I mean, you can't, that's the biggest problem with a lot of employers now. And you go to any employers around here at different places and ask them what's the biggest issue they have, and can help to get somebody to work to pass the drug test. I mean,
That's on them though.
it is, but it's hard for somebody, when, I've been around it for 35 years, I've been around it. Knock on wood, I've never had to fool with it, never wanted to fool with it. But I've seen it affect so many people and so many lives that I think the government, federal, state, whoever, they're looking at it the wrong way for us. But it's a disease when the people get, if they start trying to get back up over that knob, then something else catastrophic will happen. And it's just a cycle that's never gonna end unless we come up with something. But, I mean, it's on my mind every day because I'm a second chance person. I mean, God give me a chance, and without him, you know, I've been here and I've been there, and I know, you know, and I know what it's like to not know if you're gonna make it the next day. And these people, a lot of people shame people for coming into this country illegally. It's not, if we was in the same shoes they are, was in communism, we'd try to get out of that country ourselves. We got to have a system that can try to work on find the core problem and try to do something with it. We got people in this town right now that's living in a house with no power, no water, that's got fines, they can't pay their fines. So what do we need to do? Dig a hole and bury it? I mean, we got those issues in this town. And we got dog issues and cat issues and starving horses issues, but we got human beings with the same issue. I mean, and a lot of times people just don't realize it and don't know. And if they in the know, and if people try to help, I mean, you know, a lot of times somebody just needs a little bit of help to help get them back on the feet or help get them started. But I'll be first to tell you, I get tired of sometimes helping, they won't help themselves. So it's like, do I help or do I not? You know, why in this situation? You know, every situation's different. But if anybody lets me know that's what you did just now, that somebody has got an issue like that, I promise you I'll reach out to that person. Because I've got them that works with me, I've got them that's around me, that comes into my place of business, and I understand how it is to be at the bottom. I've never been at the bottom, but I have been dang near dead, but I see these people. When I say I've never been there, I've been around the people that's there, and I know what they're dealing with. We got issues, and we don't have enough jail space now. We need a big jail. They're trying to figure out how we're going to pay for this jail. I mean, this is a messed up whole deal. It's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And the more the stuff's allowed to go on, the worse it's going to be. I mean, it's costing the city, I think we're paying $3,000 to $4,000 to $4,500 every single month in housing.
Housing for who?
Prisoners.
Oh, prisoners.
For some of it's dumb stuff. But if they don't have a job, they're not going to have one when they get out. And I mean, it's something that needs to be done statewide, federal-wide, community-wide. I think that we need to do everything that we can do to help clean people's situation up, to try to help them. And a lot of times, when I come up here, when I drive by right here, and I come up here to this courtroom, Todd probably can vouch to it too, 50-75% of the time, it's the same people as here the last time. We don't have that many different ones every time. It's the same crowd. And we go back to the cycle. He'll have them stand right here and say, I just set my time out. Why wouldn't if they don't have a job, they don't have nothing to do, they don't have no power, why would they not go set their time out? Because they get 3 meals a day, and it's temperature regulated, they got fresh water. Why wouldn't they? I would.
I don't want to go there for that.
I don't either. But I don't see nobody else go that may be trying. I mean, those issues is not just keep to the side of me. Those issues, they are issues that needs to be, I mean, this city needs to set a precedent to other cities to want to be. We want them to want to be what we are, trying to help people and make the community a better place. It ain't just with animals. It ain't just with the looks of the town. We got people in this town, which I've had discussions with several different ones on it in different ways. But I mean, I'll get hung up right here. I'll quit here in just a second. But I mean, I'm just throwing that out there to kind of let you know that those things are on my mind. And it's not. But a lot of times I've seen people I tell them, won't you go get this assistance here? I'm not doing it. People pride, they won't do it. And the ones that ain't got that kind of pride, the thugs that could be working its own shit, they could do this, it could do that, and that just drives me crazy to know that, which Susan ain't in here, but she's got people that don't want to come down here, that qualifies for a free meal, that don't want to come down there, they don't want nothing free. I mean, it's just, you know, there's one particular person that comes to me, won't go to nobody else. Brett knows me, and him son, they stay in bad shape. They won't go to nobody, but they'll let me help them. And I mean, I don't have a problem with that. But they don't nobody else. They don't want nobody else. They don't trust nobody else. They don't want nobody else around.
Some people have pride.
Well, I
So
mean,
many don't.
We all got issues, but that changed me to another subject, potholes. I've said it, and I'll say it to today that I'm not in this office. Every street in the city limits of Winfield, Alabama is on my list. Every pothole that's in this town's on my list. I don't want to go across a pothole, I don't want to drive through a pothole, and I go through every one of these streets at some point or another. But I can't put plant mix in a wet hole. It has got to quit raining some before I put it in. I've wasted that $2,000 or $3,000 of plant mix because it pops right back out if the water in the hole. Every street is on the list to get fixed in this town. Some of them more important than others because there's more traffic on it. We got a garbage truck, we got a school bus, we got all kinds of stuff. Where it's more than one. If there's 10 houses on one road that's 100 feet wide, and you got one house on one that's a mile long, which one's more important? Every street in this town is on my list. And we've paved, and we've paved, and we've paved, and this council here has agreed to keep paving. They've agreed to keep putting plant mix in these potholes, but they don't want to hear it either. So if you see anybody that says they wish their road was fixed, so I'll tell you one thing, it's on the list, because it is. I drive through them, I don't want to hit them. But I mean, we're 4,800 people in this city limits, and there's only so much money that's out there. And I'm the first to say, I think this town does the best with the amount of money that it's got to do with in any town in this state of Alabama. With what we do. We got a heck of a community here, and it's working, and it needs to continue to work. We got people that care about people in this town, that cares about this community, and that's what makes ours better than the rest of them. But tell your neighbor, tell whoever it is, I promise you, it's on the list. I mean, people want to make sure that they ain't forgot. Every now and then I may slip up and forget something, but I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to forget no pothole. I'm not going to quit using the word ain't, but it's in the dictionary now. But I'm not going to forget a street with a pothole in it. And I'm on them, I'm around them, I'm still every day. Low hanging limbs, I got 2 dead trees, I got a cut over here. But the weather's got to cooperate a little bit. But anyway, anybody else got any other, but I appreciate that, sure, I'll check on that.
But I'm gonna say this, about the chief, when you talk about people like that, I respect him. He ministers to people, he does everything in his power. I've watched him for a long time. And when you talking about help, he's not gonna let nobody.
That's one of the first person I said,
That's
you
what I'm
check
talking
on.
about. I just wanted to, because I've seen him do a lot of things that people don't know that he does.
I mean, that.
And our whole police department, I mean.
He sets an example, he sets an example for the rest. You know, that's what we gotta have, we gotta set a good example for the rest of them. He does a fine job at that. I don't want to brag on him too much because I don't want to get to be here, but he does a good job.
You can only help people that want to help themselves. But, I mean, I know.
And some, I'm gonna be honest with you, some people don't know how to help themselves.
Right.
I mean, everybody's not on the same thinking, everybody don't think the same. And I say all the time, I just can't understand it. I just can't understand it. It wasn't meant for me to understand. You know, but I gotta try to do my part.
Let me just say this, and I'll let you go. Now, I don't know this person at all. No, don't know her. Hey, this was 2 days later since I've seen her. And she says, hey, was just seeing if you might know of any help. We have no food and we're very hungry. Now, I want to believe there's no one sitting in this room that would just read that and go, whatever.
Well, I just went through it.
I know, that's why I brought it up. I can't, you know.
I don't
Every
Facebook.
church has got a food.
I don't Facebook.
I don't know about the, you know, all the words and the things and the this. I just,
But I get enough reports back to me what's on it, you know. Anyway, anybody else got any other business? Because there's a ball game tonight, and I gotta eat supper before I go. Winfield's playing, y'all need to go up here and support the team. We got a good group of kids in school up here. We need to support them, not stay on stuff about the school all the time, trying to get the right kind of education for everybody. We got a good school system, and a good park street, and a good theater, good banks, good library, good fire. Anybody else don't have more old business, I want to ask for a motion to pay the bills, accounts payable.
Wait just a minute.
Okay.
I've got a question on this. PMT Publishers, $1,400. What is that for?
This is that, I don't know how, when we passed this, it's in this book, this is where I at.
It's not in actually in that one, but they're showcasing Marion County.
It's all.
One of them will be in that particular book, just showcasing our area. And the other one will be in a book that's given out by ADECA for prospects like business or industry prospects for the state.
So that's a fee that we pay to begin?
We haven't advertised in these two, but they asked us to because they were showcasing our county. The last time they done it, Miriam, I can remember.
It was
It's been
2
a
years
while.
ago,
Okay,
every 2
2 years.
years. And it rotated back to us this month. It's for Business Alabama Magazine.
It goes to all the prospects that go through the state of Alabama, through Montgomery, for location places or whatever our cities is mentioned to them when it comes to different businesses, different locations. What we've got to offer here, it's not necessarily in the magazine, it's with this Business Alabama period.
But it will
But
be
in
this
February, they are focusing on our area of the state. And so they asked us to advertise.
And actually,
Well, actually, it already says
it's
there,
the city of
Mary
Winfield.
and Fayette, Warren County.
That was our example, I think, from when the other done it last time.
Well, it's talking about 300 different things and what we got. It's got C3 mentioned in here.
And the
Well, I mean,
chamber's
it's
on it. The chamber's on our ad this time.
Yeah, there's-
Their circulation's, I think, 52,000 per month is how many magazines they distribute throughout the state.
Favor C3 doesn't advertise in it.
C3, it's got, that's Northwest Alabama Economic.
That's actually their page.
Yeah, that's their whole page.
And
I mean, I feel like it's, anytime you've got where you can keep our, it's just like, which I can't remember what Bill puts it, but does anybody in here not know Alexander Shenar? You know what I'm saying? Using that as an example, when you keep saying, they keep hearing Winfield, they keep hearing Winfield, you go to Washington, they keep hearing Winfield, you keep hearing Winfield, they're gonna know about Winfield. And that's kind of what we do with this magazine. I mean, that's just one of the many ways that we try to keep our name out there and different things when we can be recognized when it comes.
I just didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, that's for that.
Okay, you had a motion.
I make a motion.
Anybody, I didn't think that, anybody else got any questions on it? If not, he made a motion and a second to pay the bill.
Second.
All in favor? All right, if nobody else has got nothing, they need to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.